Well, my internet is showing as my internet.
Is being recorded.
There's a recording. That's it. Right, fine. Before we start, could I ask everybody who hasn't already done so to mute their mics? And if you've got any mobile phones nearby, turn them up, turn them. And have you got any screaming children, put them in the next room, etc., etc., because that'll help. Also, if the internet starts to get a bit funny, I would recommend that you keep on get your video, because that helps to increase the bandwidth and reduces the risk of the presentations and so forth crashing, but you can still see what's on the screen. You can still hear what's being said, of course. It does help a great deal, because I find that with large than me. Enough about the technology for now. So again, welcome. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Manchester. Can we just start first? In Manchester, we still, in an old-fashioned way, start with a loyal toast. So if you've got a glass of wine, a glass of beer, a cup of tea, or a glass of water, doesn't really, or even nothing, just say so. And the toast for this evening, given the fact this is very much an international event, is to the Queen and the heads of states of those here represented.
Queen.
The toast is the Queen and heads of state here represented.
The Queen and heads of state represented.
Thank you very much indeed. I'll go through the very I'll go through the Pacific welcomes and name some names shortly. But one of the things we also do in the Manchester Club at the start of every meeting, we have a international toast, and I'm just going to swing the can do so, and then I will proceed with the welcomes and so on, and then we'll go into this. Okay, so Julie, over to you for the international toast.
Most of the civilized world are horrified about what is happening to the people of Ukraine. They are very much in our thoughts and prayers at this terrible time. Over 2 million Ukrainians have headed westwards, becoming the biggest flow of refugees since 1945. Seeking refuge in Romania, the Republic of Moldova, Hungary, and Poland. District 2241 covers Romania and the Republic of Moldova and was set up in 1999. One of the clubs in this district is Iasi 2000, who are sharing our meeting with us this evening. It was chartered in 2000 and currently has 45 members. Our toast tonight is to the district of 2241 and particularly the Rotary Club of Iasi 2000. So,
District 2241 and the Rotary Club of Iasi 2000.
District 2241.
Just a few welcomes, because we are very, very fortunate tonight. Honoured, is that honoured the right way? We are honoured, of course. We have a number of past district governors and other Rotarians from around the world and around the UK attending, and obviously from District 1285, of course. So that's wonderful. In terms of some quick names, and if I miss anybody, then sincere apologies. And it could well be because emails have been flowing in from past District Governor Graham Jackson this afternoon, advising me that XYZ and so forth was coming. So hopefully we've captured all the names. But if I miss anybody, then that's my oversight, not Graham's. And apologies if I do so. But first of all, we've got District Governor Eric Russell, who's the current District Governor of our own district, District 1285. So a warm welcome to you, Eric. Second time I've seen you in 2 nights, isn't it? So, because it was District Council last night. So you're very, very welcome. We've also got past District Governor Yap from South Africa, and we are actually working with his area and with the club down there in terms of a wheelchair project, which I'm more than happy to share information about if anybody wants to contact me. We've also got here And if some of you are not past district governors and simply club presidents and you've been suddenly promoted, well, again, that's an apology from me, but for my oversight, not Graham's. Past district governors, Alistair Seal from the Rotary Club of Braids. Past district governor, Tony Perini from Brompton and Longton in wonderful Cumbria. Chris Sumner from Southport Links Club. Russ Miller from Palatka, Florida. That's a long way, so welcome indeed, Russ. Daniel Condoracci from Lash 2000 in Romania, and again, welcome to you. Larry Branyan from the Rotary Club of Carnforth. Ian Vernon from Yorkshire, the White Rose County, but I won't say anything about cricket, of course, but it's a wonderful county and wonderful people, so welcome, Ian. We've got apologies from Barn Lisgard in Denmark and Catherine Stewart in Scotland. Have I missed anybody? I don't think so, but if I have, a very warm, collective Manchester welcome to you all. And as Julie said in her introduction on the international toast, we're here for one particular reason, and that's the horror and the awful things that are going on in Ukraine at the moment and the consequences thereof. And we're seeing scenes in civilized or Western Europe that we haven't seen since 1945, and that's pretty horrific. A particular welcome is due to President Magna. She and I last spoke, it's last year, isn't it? So how time flies when you're busy, Magda. So hopefully our links will be stronger after this evening, and I look forward to that. But I would like to now hand over to President Magna of the Ash 2000 Club, who's going to tell us about what their efforts are as one of the 4 countries that Julie mentioned, of course, that are taking the brunt of the onslaught of the refugees as they head westwards further into Europe, and some coming to this country and so forth. So Magda, over to you to tell us what's happening in Romania at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you all of you. I am very pleased to be here. So the invitation was quite amazing when I found about it. So next to me is past district governor Daniel Condurake, as you already said, and Liviu Statake, a very, very good friend of all of you. We are remembering about good times in Romania and in Iași, but as you know, all of you, and you already said, some clouds are very, very close to us. If you are allowed me, Mr. President, I prepare some slides, if it is possible to share. So it will be easier for me to remind you about Romania and Iași, because a lot of friends of Romanian Rotarians are here.
I've turned on screen sharing.
Yes, thank you. Just please confirm that you're seeing my slide.
Yes.
Okay. So I prepare a very short presentation. I think you don't mind to remember, for some of you, we are very far away from UK. We are so close to Ukrainian borders. This is a very short presentation that I made, also using all the sources and all the help that we have during the last 2 weeks, all 5 clubs in Iași, Rotary clubs, Rotary clubs, Interact, and also all the volunteers that we involved in our project. So
Magda, excuse me, Magda,
please.
It's still showing another window on, I presume everybody can see that, where it's the one where you select the presentation. You need to
So
get
it's not changing.
No, that's it. Let me see if I can get rid of it. I've got rid of it. It's okay. Sorry, there was another window that appeared over the presentation.
Okay, that
Okay
technology, I think will help.
It's okay now.
Help me. So is the slide
Yeah, slides are working
now?
fine.
Okay, thank you very much. So here we are today, March 10th. I uploaded here the information that I took from the very serious data, and it's upgraded this morning. So more than 2 million refugees during these 2 weeks. You can see here on the map the amount of people going from Ukraine to the countries that are really neighbors. The statistics is the following one. So we have all the countries near the borders with Ukraine, and here it's marked Romania. You see the numbers, 85,000, but in fact, the majority of the refugees from Ukraine are passing to the Western countries. Most of them are going to the Czech Republic, as we already found. We talked to a lot of them. They are going to Germany. So for these 2 weeks, the majority of refugees that entered into Romania were in transit to other countries. But starting from yesterday, in fact, we are taking into consideration a second wave of refugees that are not so wealthy. Most of them, and Livia will add after my presentation, some very good information about Ukrainian people in transit. Almost all the hotels in Romania are full with refugees, but they are paying for themselves. And now in the last 2 days, we have a second wave of refugees. It's about the people who are really in need. They cannot pay their accommodations into the country. They have no friends or family members outside the country. So they are not in transit, they are going to stay. As you can see from the table here, a very severe situation is in Republic of Moldova. So Republic of Moldova, you know, former Romanian territory, a separate country now. Very small comparing to our territory, and the numbers of refugees are quite identical. So as we know already from the clubs in Chisinau and other cities from Republic of Moldova, it is very possible in the very next weeks to give a help, a very good hand to them, because we don't know how they will get with the refugees that are decided to stay. So all the refugees are really staying. We understand that their desire to stay into Republic of Moldova and not going abroad or to come into Romania, because there are some similarities, and the most important one is the language. In the Republic of Moldova, even if the national language is Moldavian, equal Romanian language, many of them, a lot of them, the old generation are speaking Russian language, and some of them only Russian language. I inserted here also the territory that was brutally taken from Republic of Moldova. It's about Transnistria, that zone not recognized as a republic, and now it is under Russian control. This is the main concern of our Rotarian friends from Republic of Moldova, due to the war that is going to be very close to these territories. In total, we have 4 border points with Ukraine and 6 border points with Republic of Moldova. In total, with both countries, Ukraine and Republic of Moldova, we can count 10 border crossing points. Actions for Ukraine that we conducted in the last 2 weeks, as you know, it is a very severe and active campaign on the international level. We also have now a districtal commission We established a regional commission where I'm referring to the 5 clubs in Iasi and also including the 5 Rotary clubs, 5 Interact clubs, and all the collaborators and volunteers. And of course, each club in Romania and Republic of Moldova is free to conduct any project that is desired to help refugees that are staying here. I can tell you that due to this massive wave of refugees, there were different kind of Ukrainians that entered into Romania. During the first day, there were the young adults and families that wanted very much to cross the border and to stay into the neighbor countries. After the martial law, immediately after midnight, only women, children, old people, and men with double citizenship had the right to cross the borders. We also have a massive wave of international people, meaning tourists that were at that moment into Ukraine. We have a lot of international students from all over the world that came into Romania, and they were brought, collected by the embassies and conducted directly to the airports from different cities in Romania. And also citizens from other countries that were organized and taken from the borders, special groups that were organized by the embassies. So each country had to take care about it. We had a lot of state intervention in the last 2 weeks. The Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Work and Social Solidarity changed or added a lot of laws in order to put some order in regarding this big wave of refugees. I just selected some of them. We are providing free accommodation to all refugees that want to stay into Romania with no limit of time. We have special centers. We offered university campuses, apartments, entire block of flats. So each municipality had to take care about all the territories that serve. Also, we offered free local and national transportation for all Ukrainians staying or in transit, meaning free train, free buses, and free trams. We are offering political asylum for those who are desiring to stay into Romania with all the documents in order. We are offering urgent school integration for all the children that could be enrolled in schools, kindergartens, or colleges, even if they do not have IDs, passports, or any kind of documents that could prove their identity. We are also providing urgent academic integration for Ukrainian students into Romanian university with no limits of number, or also referring to the IDs documents that can prove their grade, their level of knowledge. Apart, separate from this decision, one special rule was taken into consideration by the medical schools, the University of Medicine in Romania, who said that they would like to verify the level of students regarding the medical education, because it's quite risky. We cannot prove what grade, what year of study the student is, at least for the moment, because the Ministry of Education from Ukraine has no detail for the moment. Also, we are providing free medical assistance for children and adults, and we are having a lot of hubs in order to deliver easy access to jobs. Rotary clubs in Romania, also the Rotary clubs in Iași and the regions that are very close to the borders, are important partners for all institutions in Ukraine who would like to transfer people, patients, students, pupils into Romanian territory. And I'm referring here, for example, the clubs from Suceava, who gave an important help that 2 orphanages from Ukraine moved to 2 different towns in Romania, to Suceava and to Siret. Siret is very close to the Ukrainian border. Also, as I inserted here, the Ministry of Defense announced that refugee students from Ukraine will continue their studies at the military college in Braza. It's about, of course, military students, but they will be under the control of Ukrainian teachers, and all the academic activity will be conducted online. We are also be in charge. We are helping medical centers, meaning patients, pediatric and adult patients who are suffering from chronic disease, to be relocated near the Romanian borders inside Romania, of course, and also the other schools and centers who wants to relocate to Romania. What we did in the last 2 weeks since the war began, from the very first hours, due to the massive wave of refugees from Ukraine to the airports, bus station and railway station, we identify a lot of problems. The main important one was that the refugees most of them have no IDs. They have no legal papers for the children because the families were separated. The men remain into Ukraine, but mothers with children had to pass the borders. And also the language barrier, because Ukrainians are speaking in general Ukrainian or Russian languages. Only the very young generation is speaking English. So here are 2 photos from the airports. For the airport, the information point, and also how crowded is the airport in Iași every day, every hour, also during the night, the same amount of people staying into the airport. So all of us were involved into this activity. We are also having the help of medical students from abroad, from Ukraine and from Republic of Moldova, who are speaking both languages. So we are providing help for translation, buying tickets, finding accommodation, transportation to hotels or other accommodation places, contacting hotlines for medical, veterinary, pediatric medical assistance. All information needed are provided from Rotarians, meaning all kind of them, accessing internet pages. And I inserted here on the slide even how to be in contact with doctors, because we have now a hotline with the help of doctors who are speaking Ukrainian or Russian languages. In the airport, we are having now a playground for children, because the amount of time spent in the airport is more than 12 hours. So this is the place for children that we manage to arrange for them. We have partnership in Iași with hotels. I announced you from the beginning that Liviu and Moldova Hotel were providing a very good, very important help for us. We sent from the airport, from the border, from the railway station, mothers and children in need to stay 1 or 2 nights in the hotel till they succeed in buying tickets and going abroad to join to their families. Also, we are providing help for the clubs that are near the border. We are also a club near the border, but let's say during these 2 weeks, we consider that the most healthy people from Ukraine reach our city. We also have a collaboration with Iași Bar Association in order to offer free consultancy to refugees, meaning solving the most important problem regarding papers, ID, passports, and all kinds of legal documents that the mothers need for their children. We collected food and goods and sent to the Romanian borders with the help of the other Rotary clubs. We are also organizing food and goods transportation to Ukraine. Some of them already sent last week. We are paying tickets, airplane, coaches for those who want to reach their families abroad in other countries. I told you most of them are going to the Czech Republic and Germany. We have now a very strong connection with all clubs from the borders. We have WhatsApp groups, a district one, the regional one, groups where the presidents from Ukraine and the Republic of Moldova are also including. We are sharing in very good time all the information. We are sharing lists of needs, and we are trying to solve these problems. We are organizing donation on request in Ukraine, medical supplies, food, blankets, electric generators, etc. All the information that Rotarians are passing to us, and also donation to refugees shelter near borders and also in Iași. Here are the presidents of all 5 clubs in Iași. All of us decided to have a very important project and a joint bank account in order to try to prepare important accommodation, a very large one for Rotarians and Rotaracts that probably will announce their desire to come into Romania. For the moment, we only have requests from the Rotarians to help Rotaractors, meaning students, in order to transfer them into Romania and try to help them to continue the studies, university studies here. And for some of them, also Rotaractors could to go abroad to some other countries, France, of course, taking into consideration the possibility to continue the studies abroad. So just a short conclusion, I inserted here in the slide all the results after the first 2 weeks of our campaign. The permanent information at Iași Airport, the assistant with the translators, including partner students from all university in Iași, the Rotary task force that we are using daily, channels for communication and transportation. It was very hard during the first week to enter into Ukraine in order to deliver goods and foods and blankets and electric generator as the Rotarian friends asked to us. We are now under construction. A site, Rotary helped me. Well, all the information will be provided in different kind of languages. We assisted and counseled over 2,000 refugees into at the airport. So we are not counting the others that we helped. We already raised into our joint account more than 20,000 euros. We are still collecting. This will be a permanent project to collect goods and food and try to transport them in good condition into Ukraine. We already provided hotel services for more than 30 families. So the criteria, the inclusion criteria, were mothers with children. We established a Rotary Community Corps of 20 Ukrainian speakers, students, and also the Association of Ukrainian People in Romania. We arranged this children playground at the airport. We are trying to respond to all the requests related to this humanitarian crisis, and we are still making larger and larger our communication task force. What is going to be next? We identify a building like a hostel with 70 rooms. We are trying to make a contract in very good, with very good rules in order to prepare a decent and a very close shelter for Rotarians that we are expecting to ask for our help. Liviu will add some more details about these 2 weeks, because even if we are in the same club, he has similar but also quite different stories regarding the contacts with the refugees that he had in Moldova hotel. Thank you, all of you.
Well, hello.
Thank you very much indeed for that very wide-ranging and fascinating insight, and the scale of the work that you've done in the matter of 2 weeks, Mike. That is absolutely fantastic, and it illustrates cooperation amongst Rotary in its finest form, you know, from the youngest age through Interact right up to Rotarians. I think it's absolutely wonderful. Right, okay, we can obviously try and take some questions. We've got a wonderful number of 61 on the actual call, so I'll ask Peter to sort of watch out for the hands up, either physical, literally, hi there, or the electronic version. If you look at the bottom right hand side, you got reactions, and there's a thing that says raise your hand. You can press on that. But has anybody got any comments or questions for Magda? Right, I can see your hands up, Alistair. So you've got the floor first of all, and immediately after you, it'll be Neil Mellon. Alistair, over to you if you want to say something or ask a question.
Thank you, President Roy. I was at an online meeting today at the Rotary Foundation. I'm a member of the Fund Development Committee, and normally we talk about raising money rather than spending it. But I just thought Magda in particular, but also other clubs here in Great Britain and Ireland and elsewhere, might be interested in a 25 seconds, if I may, update on the Disaster Response Fund. Already $1 million has been donated in the 10 days since it was designated for the crisis in Ukraine. And just so that people know, clubs in certain districts and countries are given priority. So Magda, your clubs could apply for a grant of up to $50,000 to assist with anything to do with the crisis in Ukraine, even if you're helping people who are not actually in Ukraine now. So if they're, for example, in Romania or the Republic of Moldova, you can use that money now. The form is entirely online. You have to commit to providing a report within 12 months, and currently grant applications are being turned around in about 48 hours. So it is very much an immediate disaster response fund. And for clubs and districts who are not in the immediate locality of Ukraine, the process is exactly the same. The timescale is the same, but we will be limited to a maximum grant of $25,000 per club, sorry, per district. So even here in the UK, when the 500 visa applications, when they actually arrive, we can apply for disaster relief, disaster support grant money, 25,000 per district, to buy anything. There's no limit to how you support. It can be accommodation, food, goods, clothes, anything at all. So I hope that helps, and please apply.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your information. You know that now we are collecting money, and now I have the opportunity to thank all of you, because some donation already reach our accounts. But I can tell you, and I have to tell you, that I'm not in a rush to spend the money yet, because things are changing every day. So we have to be very precautious. We are waiting for the wave of refugees from Republic of Moldova. We don't know if Republic of Moldova will succeed in dealing with the amount of refugees there. So we are expecting also refugees from Ukraine, and refugees from Ukraine that stayed for 2 weeks into Republic of Moldova. So this information is very important to me, and any kind of collaboration, even advice and the logistic collaboration, will be very, very extremely important for us. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mike. And thank you, Alistair, because I know that my district, and District Governor Eric is here tonight, of course. There's a number of clubs in District 1285 are doing something. So hopefully we'll speak collectively outside of this meeting, obviously, to see what is being done, because my own club is raising money, which we're directing straight through the Rotary Club of Iasi to help them in their efforts. So, you know, by all means. Right, I've got Neil Mellon on, and then immediately after him is you, Margaret. So Neil, over to you, please.
Thank you very much. Neil Mellon from the Rotary Club of Douglas and the Isle of Man. I'm the International Committee Chairman, and I'm also CEO for the Isle of Man Food Bank. I'd just like to ask the question, what is most needed, Magda, now and in the near future?
Well, I think that the most important action that we have to deal with is to try to control the refugees that will be in our region. For the moment, they are in transit. The number is different from day to day, but taking into consideration that some of the institutions, orphanages, schools will be relocated, we are looking to have precise information about this data. So I think the most important is to take care, each club in Romania, about the refugees in the department that they serve.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I just ask the chair, are any of the national clubs match funding? Because there's an offer on island that if we send our money via Zurich International, they'll match fund it.
Wait, sorry, I didn't understand the question.
No, it was for the chairman of the meeting.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I'll discuss that more with you, Neil. Look into that. As I say, we've raised some money ourselves, and we've had gifts from 2 Rotary clubs in our district who have given money to us.
Oh,
and an
excellent.
individual, very generous grant, one of our members. So I'll discuss that with you offline if I may, because that sounds like we can double it and so forth. That would be great. But let's look at that and let's discuss it now. So, and that's super. Thanks for that,
Thank
Neil.
you.
Okay,
President,
Margaret.
Mr. President, just before Margaret, perhaps Liviu Statace from Iasi 2000 could speak about the hotel situation.
Yes, okay, fine. And then you immediately after that, Margaret.
Yeah,
okay,
I think he was going to follow on from Magda, if you don't mind, Margaret, please.
Well, good evening, everybody, and hello.
Good evening.
I am also very pleased to see some of old friends of mine, like Iasi Governor Graham, a longtime friend of mine, and also I want to say hello to Nigel, to Mike Parker from our twin club, Bolton Daybreak, and Stuart also, and I hope I didn't forget anybody in this long list of 60 over 60 participants. I will only say that I was kind of in the front line as a hotel manager in the center of the city. I was, and as a Russian language speaker, I was meeting a lot of situations. But what is very troubling for everybody here near the border with Ukraine and Moldova is the number of children coming with these refugees. I think a third of the people coming are children, very small children. And we have every of us, we have children and we have probably grandsons and granddaughters. And seeing these children scared of what they saw and very tired after the days and nights spent crossing borders and running from what's behind them, it's very, very frightening. We deal with lots of situations. We help people repairing their cars, going to hospitals, making their papers. There is a lot of, everybody has his own concern. The situation is very, very dangerous around here. I was speaking today with an old friend from Rotary Club of Chisinau, Ion Mardarovich. I think Graham and everybody else who were with me in Moldova remember him. They are really overwhelmed. Mostly people who are, there are over 200,000 refugees in Moldova now. And this is people who are not having other places to go. People transiting Romania are going for Western countries and Poland and Germany mostly, but the people in Moldova are there for stay, hoping they will go back in their houses sometime. I thank you very much for all of you, for all of your cares and all of your efforts directed to us. We can see that not only European Union, also United Kingdom, other countries are with us, are near us. I just hear at the news today that tomorrow the United States Vice President Kamala Harris will visit Romania and the Romanian border with Moldova. And let's hope that this will not be for more than several weeks now, because it's really frightening. Thank you for hearing me, and also I'm quite open to answer if you have any particular question. And I will say hello again to all my friends. I think I forgot Peter Clare, who's also here, and whom I was speaking today with our club treasurer, Catrinel Zaharia. I understand there is a shoeboxes shipment which was intended to go to Odessa, Ukraine. Now probably it's rerouted to Romania with all the problems concerning this situation. And probably tonight or tomorrow through email, or I will speak more with Peter. Thank you again, and I wish you all health and peace, and to return to the old times. The good news is that here in Romania, everybody forgot about COVID. About this is no problem no longer here. Hello again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed for that. And please, we echo your thoughts and hopes for something better. And please convey my very personal best wishes and those of my club back to your good self. Right, I'll ask for Margaret, and then I think, was that you, Stuart? Did you put your hand up? Yeah, I'll ask Margaret to speak first, and then you, Stuart. Okay, if that's okay. Margaret, over to you.
Yeah. Yes, I'll be quick, because I feel that we've seen something here with Magda's presentation, and also Liviu as absolutely excellent analysis that has brought home to us in a very real way what is happening over there. And I hope I speak on behalf of all of us that our thoughts and prayers and our support is with you all. And I was just thinking, I remember I visited Romania, and I remember speaking with the late Elizabeth Tapman before I went, who was very proud of the links that she had over there. And so thank you so much.
Thank you, Margaret. We would echo and mirror those thoughts. Exactly. Thank you very much indeed. Stuart, you raised your hand. So over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Yes, this is more of an observation, really. I mean, I, along with perhaps others here, have been to Romania quite a few times. I've been about 5 or 6 times, going back to 1997. Yeah, that's right. And the warmth of fellowship with the Rotarians, with the Rotary Club of Iasi, and then I think closer links with the Rotary Club of Iasi 2000, have been absolutely incredible. And the warmth of fellowship, which was extended to us as visitors from the UK, has been magnified many, many, many times over through Magda's presentation about the care for the refugees from Ukraine. My own club, Ramsbottom, we've already this week responded to 4 of the appeals that have come through Rotary. And of course, one of them is the one which is being collected through the Manchester Club to go to Iasi 2000. So it's a great privilege to have been at this meeting and to hear in particular Magda and Livio. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. And yes, and thank you for your generous donation to our efforts, and that's very much appreciated. I'll come along and visit your club and thank you personally face to face when we can do so. But yeah, and it's my hope as well to experience that fellowship of Romania face to face sometime in the future, because when Graham goes back on one of his visits, he might take me along as his bagman, you know, and I'll visit Romania and taste that fellowship up front. Okay, do we have any more hands raised? I don't think we have we? That's been a wonderful presentation. I mean, before I before I draw, just do a double check. No more hands raised, Peter? Are you looking through? I can't see any.
No.
Nope, fine, good. I wouldn't want to miss anybody. But again, a collective thanks to all of you for attending. I think the number got to 62. It's just dropped down to 60. So a very collective thank you to all of you within the chat box.
Could I just catch you for a moment, please? I was trying to ask a question there.
Oh, yes, certainly, Phil. Yeah.
Basically, if we've made a club donation into the district account, which is what I understand is the process. If individuals wish to make a donation into the fund, is there a route by which they can do that? Can they make a VAX donation or something into an account?
Do you want me to respond, Mr. President?
Yes, please, Graham. If anybody who can respond to that specifically, yes, please. Yeah.
So, well, to everybody, because of the links which I, in particular, but others at this meeting tonight have had, Magda spoke with me, and it was only on Monday that we set up this meeting. But in that time, I've written to every club president and every club secretary within District 1285 to tell them that Manchester Club are more than happy to act as the banker, so to speak, for any donation from any club, whether it's within District 1285 or elsewhere. And we will transfer as a club the money to the Rotary Club of Iasi 2000. Now, that may be done by several transfers over a period of time, but to save bank charges every time either an individual or an individual club makes a donation, if they wish, to Iasi 2000 or anywhere else for that matter, we will stand that bank charge, we will collect the money in, and we will make periodic donations to Iasi 2000 on behalf of whichever clubs. It isn't Manchester money, of course, it's our Rotary money, but we're offering that facility. And if anybody wishes to pursue that, they only need to contact me or our club president or our club secretary, and we will get you Manchester's bank account details. Now, certain clubs and certain individual Rotarians have already afforded themselves of that facility during the course of these last few days. And we had a discussion at the district council last night, and following on from that, if any clubs wish to make a payment specifically to the Yash clubs, following the information which both Magda, President Magda, and past President Liviu have given to us tonight, you may do that through the Manchester Club, if you wish. All we're saying is that facility is there, and we're trying to save individuals incurring unnecessary bank charges so that the maximum amount of money can be transferred to the Yash clubs to assist them in this tremendous work that we've heard tonight. So I hope, Phil, that answers that. If that's all right with you, Mr. President, I don't think I've missed anything.
Fine, Phil, that's fine, Graham. Yeah, thanks for that, and thanks for the question, Phil. Yes, because I think it's something around about £25 a time when we transfer money across, so that would soon mount up if we do a number of small payments. And as Magda said, we've got the money and she calls upon it, it will go and be there within a few hours, literally, of course. And we will keep close liaison, and that money will be sent as is required at block amounts to again save those bank charges. Okay, before we wind down on that, and I call upon Graham again, there's a lot of
President, I just say Robert Strachan's got his hand up.
Oh, sorry, didn't see that. Sorry, Robert, my apologies. Yes, Robert.
Yeah, it's for clarity, really. Magda talked about the 5 clubs working in one bank account, and Graham is talking about sending money to the 2000 club in Romania. Is this one and the same?
My understanding was that we at Manchester would be transferring to the Yash 2000 club, which is the detail that I had from Magda a few days. I suspect things are changing quickly, and as we've heard tonight, the 5 clubs, and Magda can perhaps confirm this, I've heard tonight for the first time that the 5 clubs have set up this joint bank account, but it is for the same purpose, Robert, yes.
Yes, in fact, we are trying to target different projects depending on the importance, and I have to tell all the information, meaning that we have a general district account that now is related only to the disaster caused by Ukraine refugees. We have this joint club in order to target an important project here in Iași, so a joint club for a joint account, bank account for all 5 clubs, and also all of the clubs are involved in looking for sponsorship, for fundraising, in order to make us, each club in particular, to become very flexible in order to respond quickly to all the needs. For example, during this evening, I had a request from a church. There are a lot of women with children, and also some private and particular cases, some mothers, not mothers anymore, because during the way to the borders, some of them lost the children, meaning being not disappearing, but being dead. So from tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, I will try to collect the goods and things and to go to the church with all its needed. I now was in connection with the president of Interact Club, because, you know, the teenagers are staying very late in the night. So I gave them a list. Till midnight, they'll collect something from house, and tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, they will bring to their colleges. So donation could be directed to this joint bank account for all 5 clubs, but also in particular to any club in Iași. That's why I'm here, in order to allow us to be very flexible to respond to all the requests that are launched from any kind of and any type of persons, societies, institutions here. Well, this is the situation in Romania. I think it's good now. I think now we have the best situation.
I think the overriding,
Thank you.
the overriding factor is, as with everything, Robert, if we transfer money, we know it is going to a Rotary Club and it is going for this specific purpose to assist the 5 Iași clubs and Rotaract and Interact in Iași.
Yeah, it was for clarification. I wasn't
Yes.
doubting it, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for that. We've got 2 more hands up, so we'll bring those in. First of all, David DeCourt and then Royston Flew. So David, over to you. You've got your hand up.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much indeed. He's gone out to the pub, so you have to make do with me instead. Charlotte DeCourt here. Charlotte DeCourt here from Lamplighter Rotary. Magda and Liviu, I'm just speechless. I'll resist the impulse to burst into tears at the moment. I'm just blown away by this. I just would like to know, please, how soon can this recording be released, please? Because I think it's essential that as many people see this as possible. This has brought things home for me in a way that no amount of reading the news or the papers or Twitter or anything else could have done. What you said tonight, Magda, is just, and Liviu, just incredible. My heart bleeds for all of you, but I can't tell you how much I admire you tremendously. So more power to your elbow. We wish we could help more, but by releasing this recording as soon as possible, we can at least let all our clubs know of what's happening at the coalface, as it were. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for those kind words. I'm sure we'll all echo, we'd all mirror those and echo them, and reinforce them. Thank you for those kind words. Yes, it'll be downloaded onto our website, and I will also get Magda to send us a PDF of her PowerPoint presentation, because that takes up less brain power, and that can be downloaded onto our website as well, and then we can circulate that with assistance through every club and throughout our district and even beyond. So we'll make sure it goes to everybody who's here tonight, and they can publicize it that way, and we'll send the link for the recording on our own club. Okay, I'll speak to Peter about that afterwards, and I'll speak to Eric, of course, about how we actually progress those that sort of publicity, as it were, around the district and beyond. Thank you for that. Yeah, Royston, you've got your hand up.
As you know, we've reached out to the University of Manchester, and there are other universities that I think they're looking for some guidance on this. Rotary tends to be very much more agile than universities. One of the key factors that I would worry about is the state of mental health. Magda, you've talked about mothers that have lost children. I would imagine the journey has been horrific. What we find is if you put people together in groups of 3 that have the same story to tell, and the storyteller, listener, and observer roles, and rotate the roles, you dissipate 80% of the trauma just by people talking with each other. You don't need psychologists or counselors in the early days. Just try and process it before it solidifies into the subconscious. Counselors may be very appropriate later on, but mainly you haven't got enough. So people helping themselves, we find, is very powerful in disaster areas, and you get this mentoring effect where people that have been helped then help to mentor to the next level. And I think where you are at the moment, you're moving most of the people onto other locations. I think if the people, 200,000 in Moldova, come into Romania, maybe it's a different story. So this is absolutely crucial, because mental health is a time bomb that's ticking for many years. The wound heals in 10 weeks. A mental crisis can take decades.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think Sebastian, who's one of our club members, has indicated he wants to say something. Okay, Sebastian, over to you.
Hello, Magda and everyone. So I'll just keep it short first. You make me proud for being a Romanian. So I do want to thank you for, as I said, the efficiency of the club and the attention that you give, that you guys give to people in transit, which it's important. But as Royston said, also on the attention that you gave to people which are living tragedies in this tragedy. So the loss of kids, or the family members, also even that playground for the kids in the airport. That was something very nice. I remember when I was very young, I believe it was Kosovo, or I'm not entirely sure, because Eastern Europe was, but I remember the sirens. I remember my grandma turning off the lights, and I remember some heavy planes going over the city. And it's a feeling which for me, it's a lightweight. I act like a snowflake now. But for those kids, as Royston said, it can be traumatizing. So yeah, I appreciate everything that you guys do over there. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you, Sebastian. Okay. We've got no more hands raised, I don't think. No, so that's fine. As I said at the beginning, there was a lot of people dialed in. We're down to numbers have dropped off, but a collective thanks to all of you for attending this evening. And there's a number of greetings in the chat box, which I've copied. So rather than mention them individually, I'll try and respond to those by email subsequently. But again, thanks for everybody who's attending, and thanks for all those questions. It's been superb. Can I please pass over to past history Governor Graham, who wants to conclude with a very well earned vote of thanks to Magda. Graham, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's not often I'm lost for words, but I feel that way tonight. I would sincerely like to thank President Magda for her presentation, and also past President Liviu for his contribution. And also, I don't think we've seen him, he's sitting at the side of President Magda, but past District Governor Daniel of the Iași 2000 Club. I think the testaments of those who have made comments and asked questions really are enough by way of what needs to be said tonight, by way of thanks to you three in particular. I've been a proud honorary member of the Rotary Club of Iași for about 15 years. And Magda, Liviu, Daniel are very dear friends of mine. I've watched the development of this club over the years, but I think, as with everybody this evening, Magda, we're just staggered at the way in which your club and the others within Iași have mobilized, and how you have brought, we talk about Rotarians being people of action, and that is exactly what you and these 400 Rotarians, Rotaractors within Iași are showing. We speak of our motto, service above self. You are demonstrating that by the minute. We say that our theme this year is Rotary serves to change lives. You are doing that by the minute. And I can only thank you on behalf of the umpteen clubs. I don't know how many Rotary clubs from not only Great Britain, but from other countries are here tonight. We have all been moved by what you have said to us. The thing that also amazes me is that it was only on Monday that President Roy made the suggestion to me, do I think that perhaps President Magda might be free to speak to us? And within the course of 3-4 days, whatever it is, since President Roy spoke with me, just look what we have achieved tonight. And that really is testament to you, Magda, and what the Iași 2000 Club are doing, that people want to hear from people actually involved, not from the newspapers and so forth, but actually to hear what is happening, but specifically what you as Rotarians are doing, so that we can try in some small way to help you. I've mentioned to everybody tonight that Manchester will act as a banker, and I hope that if people are touched and go away from this evening, they may take up that facility so that we can help you, President Magda, your club and the others. So just to conclude, can I thank you for giving up your valuable time this evening? The same to Liviu as well for coming and explaining what you're doing. I've been in touch with you regularly recently, and I know how busy you all are. You've now explained that to lots of people this evening. So thank you for giving up your time this evening and coming to speak to us. And I hope that we'll be able to support you in some small way. I know most people are muted, but can I ask people to show their appreciation to you in the usual way? And I'd just like to finish with another toast to the Rotary Club of Yash 2000 and Rotary in Yash.
Rotary 2000.
Rotary 2000, Rotary Yash.
Thank you very, very much indeed for those words, Graham. And I would echo all that you say, Graham, and reinforce that. This really is Rotary in action and hands across the sea, as it were, in terms of rising to face up to adversity. Fantastic example of Rotary in action, Magda. So thank you very much indeed.
Thank you a lot to everybody. Thank you, Graham, for your
Present.
very kind words. Only one correction, please allow me
Thanks to
to
everybody
point.
who's attended this evening. It's been
Sorry,
absolutely
sorry,
fantastic
Roy,
to get
you
so
went.
many to come in. All right, sorry.
We missed you because it says your network bandwidth is low.
But
All right.
I think President Roy Magda just wanted to say something in conclusion.
All right. Sorry, Magda, did you want to say something in conclusion?
Well, I wanted to thank all of you and to thank Graham also for the very kind words. Only one correction, please. Graham allowed me to have, it is not about 15 years. It is about 18 years since we are working together.
I didn't have white hair at that time, Magda. 18 years, yes. And Liviu did have hair at that time.
and a bigger belly also.
Well, let's not descend into personal discussions like that. But I don't know if are you all hearing me? I don't know if have I gone my
Yes, now we can hear you, President.
We can hear you now. Okay, so I'll try and say what I said before again. I'd echo all that Graham said a moment ago, and I said a moment ago, Magda. That is Rotary in action. Rotarians rising to the challenge of adversity superbly. So it's been a wonderful presentation, very enlightening, and I hope to be able to meet you face to face very, very soon. Hopefully I'm still coming across because everybody on my screen is frozen, which may suggest
we can still hear you, President.
You're still here, that's fine. So as I say, I echo all that's been said. A collective thank you to everybody. Lots of words of encouragement and greetings in the chat box, and I'll try and respond to all of those individually after tonight. But can you please join me in the final Rotary toast, which I think on this occasion is more than appropriate. And of course, it is Rotary and peace the world over.
Rotary world over.
Well, I enjoy very much all these thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, and good night to all of you. And okay.
Sorry, Jeff's put his hand up.
Oh, Jeff, did you want to put? He's gone. Is he there?
No.
I think he's gone, Peter.
No,
actually, is he gone? No, still on. People are signing out, Peter. So yes. I think we've lost.
Not a problem.
Okay.
We'll conclude the meeting now then.
Well,
good night, Josh in Zimbabwe.
Okay, Eric, I'll be in touch.
Greetings, Graham from Zimbabwe, yes.
Oh, good evening, Joshua. I didn't see you down there, so greetings, and please take our best wishes back to your club and everybody. Thank you very much
Yes,
indeed.
We can also now see past District Governor Daniel as well. Good evening, Daniel.
Thank you, Graham.
Thanks. Thank you for
And
coming
Graham.
and joining
Hi
us.
Bernie, hi Chris. Thank you all.
Good to see you,
Night,
Graham.
everybody. Good night.
Keep well.
And you, Josh. We'll speak soon.
Yeah, take care, Josh.
Sure.
Yeah.
Magda,
Thank
we'll
you,
speak
everyone.
soon.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you.
Speak soon, Magda.
Safe.